We're back, like we said we would be. The Side Dive Podcast. Your hosts, William Johnson, Tim Jaspering, Vernon Johnson, bringing you our fan-sided takes on Cyclone sports. Today is going to be basketball and football. Um, let's just get into the nastiness. It was an ugly scene for the men these last two games. The end of the Big 12 SEC Challenge, came down like the Hindenburg. It was bad. It was ugly. They lose by 17. Everybody who's listening, they saw it. So let's just break down the stats real quick. Um, they made 14 threes. They made 14 threes. Iowa State shot 15 threes. So we only made 6 of those. 40% sounds great. Except when the other team shoots 47% and they made 8 more. The other big difference, free throws. They were 12 of 14. Iowa State was 3 of 8. So there you have that. The astounding stat was Iowa State having 16 offensive rebounds. Out rebounded Missouri by 13 overall. But here was the killer: 19 turnovers for the Clones. That is extremely, extremely uncharacteristic for the Clones to have that many turnovers. It was nasty. I mean, Kalsher had 6 on his own.
How many did they have? Do you have how many they had in the first half? I was just curious.
No, I don't. But a majority of those came in the second half, didn't they?
Oh, did they? Yeah, I couldn't remember for sure. I mean, it just seemed like the snowball started early.
We were down 10 and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kalsher had 6 of the turnovers. Lipsy this is probably his worst assist to turnover ratio game. He had 4 assists and 3 turnovers.
Yeah,
has to be.
And then offensively, only had 2 people in double figures. Holmes had 19, and Kalsher had 14. Kalsher was 4 of 9 from 3. You'll notice I'm not talking about one individual, and that was Caleb Grill, who they decided. We learned later they decided to pick and choose. He was going to sit one of the next 2 games. It was either going to be the Missouri game or the following game after K-State. Obviously, the conference game was more important, so they chose to sit Grill for Missouri, and it showed. I think it mainly showed just off of maybe rotation.
Well, yeah. It takes away, because if you think about it, one thing I didn't quite understand. I don't know if it was because of Missouri's ball pressure, because they had ball pressure out beyond the 3-point line, was that there wasn't that concerted effort to get it into Shun, and I don't know if that's because what Missouri was doing, but it didn't seem like Missouri had a bunch of size. So, because with Grill out, it's like, as far as double-digit scores, Shun's about the only other guy you can really go to consistently and get another double-figure score. So I don't know if it was just the ball pressure that prevented that or what. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're wondering why we're diverting our eyes and things, it's because we've got the Cyclone women's game on. They are currently down 17-13 in the beginning of the second period. So there's that. But yeah, it left some glaring holes for the Cyclones that we know our Big 12 opponents are going to now try to exploit. this might be I think looks wise, this might have been Lipsey's worst looking game. I think out of the games he's had, he looked a little bit less rattled, and they were like, shoot, they're letting him have any damn shot he wanted.
Well, the other big thing about that, yeah. Yeah, now that you say that, yeah. I mean, if he develops, an average 3-point shot, I mean, he'll be. I mean, I love the way he plays, but if he gets that jumper in there too, I mean, he's going to be really tough.
Yeah, it's going to put him at another level,
Yeah.
and very helpful for the team because they were dead. I mean, they were sagging off, playing 5-on-4 defense.
Yeah.
The only time they came near him is if he took it to the hole.
Well, the other thing, when we have that many turnovers, and it gets into a full court game, we don't get to set up in our defense, because our defense is mostly predicated on those pressuring the ball with those double teams and stuff. You just don't get to do that. So, yeah, I mean, we were totally out of our game.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about earlier before we started recording, it was mentioned the atmosphere that Missouri made it a big deal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing back the old folks. I mean, they treated it like it was a homecoming game, and for basketball, and the fans were in it, and that I mean, the only thing they didn't bring back, thank God, was the damn antlers.
Hey, oh no kidding, dude. So they showed Derek Chivas's jersey up in the rafters. Was he there?
I don't remember them saying
not,
anything.
but dude, wasn't he? Didn't he used to wear a Band-Aid?
Yes.
Band-Aid man.
Yep, Band-Aid man.
Yeah.
Derek Chivas.
Oh shit.
Long before Nelly was wearing a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
There was Derek Chivas.
I mean, if you think about it, them going to the SEC more or less ruined their basketball I mean, Quinn Snyder helped, but I mean, they haven't done their basketball way downhill after they went to the SEC. I mean, but anyway,
good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
So then, just as we're trying to wash the taste of that game out of our mouths,
yikes!
Here comes K-State. And boy, oh boy.
You mean Texas Tech?
I mean Texas Tech.
Yeah. I didn't know.
I was watching the women's game, and
I was like, "What's going on?"
Here comes Texas Tech, and wow, a tale of two halves.
Yeah,
because
we looked great for a while.
Man, we were rolling like a well-oiled machine, and then the buzzer at the half sounded, and we came out, and it was like somebody threw nuts and bolts into the gears because the wheels came off of the clones, and long story short, we gave up a 23-point lead and lost. I mean, once again, like all of our listeners watched that Missouri game, whether we all watched that Texas Tech game. I almost said K-State again. I mean, that was. I think I mentioned. I sent y'all the throwing up emoji.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that I felt sick. I mean, that was just. I'm trying to think. I mean, it was gross.
Because you could just feel it coming. It was just like, yeah. I mean, you could tell. I mean, we started having problems with the press again, and like I texted you that night after the game, I'm like, well, everybody's going to press us for make us beat the press until we can't for the rest of the year. And then like I said before, that gets us out of our half court game. And I think one thing, the foul trouble didn't help us either, because I think Grillo, Shooty, and Lipsy all had 4 fouls at the same time, and Texas Tech knew, okay, they're like we're taking it to the hole, and either we're getting fouled and fouling them out, or we're scoring, and they were scoring. So
I would say shot better from the field than them. Shot better from the 3-point line than them. But the free throws were just a wee bit better than they were against Missouri. They were 12 of 21.
Hey,
5 more free throws and they win the game.
Right. So
I mean,
I was gonna ask you guys this. So we're last in the Big 12 in free throw shooting. Do you think that has to do with how hard they play defense and because Gabe played 45 minutes that game, and he missed those 2 towards the end. I mean, do you think that has anything to do with it, or I was just curious.
I mean, he was 3 of 7 from the free throw line. I mean, he was obviously the worst, but Holmes missed a couple, Shum missed a couple, Lipsy missed one. Robert Jones actually made both of his.
I'll say most of the time, in practice too, your coaches are trying to get you fatigued, and then put you on the free throw line so that you understand what it feels like and you can fight through that. Now, again, 45 minutes on the floor, that's hard to practice for.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this about the shooting. I think they put up damn near double the amount of shots that we did in the second half, though.
Probably because we are turning the ball over.
Correct. So even though we may have shot better, Cyclones may have shot better.
Yeah, and that was all first half.
Yeah.
we brought that percentage down.
Yeah.
as the game went on.
Well, no, but in the second half it says we shot 10 of 16.
Oh, really?
On the floor, and they shot 14 of 29. So.
Well, go look at the free throw. Look at the free throw difference too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's another
9
thing.
of 14 versus 17 of 23. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not blaming anything on the refs, but do you think the refs, they know how physical we play, and so, I mean, Texas Tech was playing really physical too, pressing and everything else, but it just seems like, I mean, we have that reputation now, that we're going to play physical. We're going to foul you. Usually, I'm not concerned with the foul numbers as far as we have more fouls or whatever, but just because I know how physical we play. But do you guys think the refs think about that coming in?
I'm going to say this. I don't think that I think Huggins teams play physical.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we play that physical. I think
really?
I
think we're more aggressive.
Yeah, we're aggressive. We're in your face, but we're not. When I think physical, I'm thinking of a Bob Huggins squad, like
dude.
The classic West Virginia Bob squad.
Other teams are always in the bonus first, though. Whether it's at Hilton or the road.
But a lot. I think the Clones do that. A lot of teams don't. Is the Clones actively are out there trying to draw charges,
right?
And they get a lot of blocks called on them. So there's that.
Yeah.
So some of the times we get those charge calls, but I mean, Jones had 2 fouls. Everybody else that played had at least 3. 3 of the dudes had 3. 3 had 4, and Lipsy fouled out.
Yeah, 3 had 4 for a long time because he put Grill back in with 6 minutes left to play, and he had his 4th foul. And so I mean, you had three guys out there with 4 fouls playing a long time. So
that's right.
So I mean, 28 fouls to their 15. So, but once again, 17 turnovers.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you got 36 turnovers in 2 games. I mean, yikes.
So
they had 8.
what about? I mean, do the Cyclones normally average higher than 11 assists too in a game?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think the Kansas State game they had a ton of assists. When
Okay,
they were
'cause-
really efficient on offense.
All right. Yeah, 11 seems pretty low, and that's what they had too. But again, like you said, you turn the ball over a lot, you're not getting very many assists.
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming up, the Clones. Here comes Kansas.
I'm glad it's Kansas. I think it would be tougher.
Coming off a big win, a get
yeah.
back win for them. Iowa State's got a rough ass stretch coming.
At least
You
we have a
got-
couple home games though.
Yeah, we got Kansas at home Saturday. Then it's at West Virginia.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh, really? That's away. I was thinking that was home.
Oh, and then home Okie State, home TCU, at K-State, at Texas. So that's good. I mean,
Yeah. No, it's gonna be.
that's a rough 6-game stretch, and then then you got Oklahoma, West Virginia at home, and then at Baylor to end the season. So it's gonna be a rough 9 games. Hopefully, we come out of it alive.
I mean, everybody's kind of in the same boat though, as far as the Big 12 goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kansas
But-
hasn't even played Texas yet.
They're going to, if they don't do a better job of controlling their ball handling. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of L's in those 9 games.
Well, I mean, it's tough. I mean, with Lipsy being a true freshman and not having another true point guard backing him up, I mean, because even like at Tech, if you had that guy you could bring off the bench that can at least handle the ball, because I think Holmes has a hard time with the pressure. But if you had that guy you could bring off the bench just to cool him off for a little bit, but you don't have that guy. So, I mean, and he's a true freshman, so couple tough environments. I don't know. He'll bounce back.
Yeah. That's for sure. Iowa State women are pulling away. Danae Fritz just got fouled, driving to the lane and scored. She's got the and one opportunity. Yeah, 34-23, 3 minutes left in the quarter. I think they were down 1 in the first.
Where is she from?
1 or 2. Who?
Fritz.
Is she from? For some reason, I was thinking she was from the Kansas City area, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
No, I think you're right.
Because they wrote an article about her up here, I thought. So I thought maybe she was from.
No, she's from Maryville, Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah.
We have no Missouri people. But yeah, is she a redshirt freshman?
Yeah, she got hurt last year.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, so they gotta get with the program. Man, gotta get with the program. So since we've already started talking about Danae Fritz and we kept you updated, let's get back to some happier times with Cyclone basketball and talk about the women who got a little measure of revenge in the first game since we actually were they playing when they were playing when we were recording last week, were they?
Yeah, they were playing TCU.
Yeah.
That just what? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Oh, the OU game was after?
Yeah, the OU game was last Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So y'all heard
remember
us
that too.
talking about, yeah. Y'all heard us talking about the TCU game while we were recording last week.
And it was just horrible. I mean, it was like 70 to 25.
Jones blew up the spot, had 33. That's why she's back on the Cheryl Miller. I mean, do they name it the Cheryl Miller / Ashley Jones Award just at this point? But yeah, she's back on that watch list again. Surprise, surprise. But I mean, that was just nasty. That was nasty business. I mean, shoot. I think we might still be scoring. But then they rolled in. OU came to town, and it was a little bit of revenge, as we remember the first time Iowa State played OU. That's when they lost Suarez at the beginning of the game. So Iowa State's had to refine themselves and kind of go back to last year's Iowa State team prior to having her, which they seem to have gotten back to regularly, as Jones has now returned to her inside out role, and everybody else is, pilot the bombardier as we're pulling up 3 after 3 after 3, with the occasional attacks to the hole by Ryan and now Danae Fritz even. So OU comes to town, and Iowa State gets that payback win. Wasn't easy win. I mean, Iowa State was down 8 after 1, and then it was tied, and then was up. Outscored them by 8 in the second, and it was tied up at half, and then that third quarter was the takeoff. Iowa State got that lead and held on.
They were down by like 8 though there at the beginning of the third though. I was a little worried, but like you said, yeah, they kicked it into gear.
Yeah.
Weren't all the starters in double figures?
In this game, yes. Jones 32, Donarski 15, Ryan and Fritz both had 14, and Morgan Kane had 11. They had all 86 points.
Oh, damn.
Nobody on the bench scored. Barely anybody on the bench played. Naomi Adu played 15 minutes. Maggie Espin-Miller McGraw played 2, and Izzy Zangaro played 5. And Ryan and Donarski played all 40 minutes. Fritz 38, Jones 37.
Wow.
So they held them in there. Aubrey Jones, she played 17 minutes and had 2 points and 4 fouls.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
How was the reception for her?
There was no reception.
Yeah.
Maybe if she was a starter.
No, but no one booed her, right?
No.
Okay,
That's
cool.
what I'm saying. Is that worse?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's worse. I think it's worse to not have gotten anything. It's more of the oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's on that.
Oh yeah. Hey Aubrey, remember me from economics class? Yeah, how's it going? It was Iowa State fans show her complete indifference. When people probably happy to see her or was her family, Nobody else cared. Sorry, not sorry.
Or remembered.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know how much you guys watch that game, but does it seem like when we play Oklahoma, like they showed their coach way too much? I'm like, I really don't care how this woman is reacting to this game. I don't. you know. But anyway, that's just me.
I mean, she does have Iowa ties.
I realize
Well,
that. Yeah,
maybe that's why.
Yeah, they beat you over the head with it. But
Yeah, they gotta have something to talk about. You know, that they tried to manufacture a Noah Carter
yeah, oh god, yeah,
issue
Oh,
with
man.
the men's team. It was
yeah.
like, how?
Right.
How?
He did.
Noah,
Yeah.
Noah Carter's got no connection.
Yeah,
The closest
true.
thing to a connection he has is Green.
Is he an Iowa kid?
Yeah.
Who, Carter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's he?
He's
Oh
from
yeah.
Dubuque.
Dubuque. Yeah.
Oh
I
really?
think
Okay.
Heather played
I
volleyball with his mom.
Oh really? No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember. I mean, I've talked to that family because he's a year in a tie, and he's a barnstormer. So when we went over there, or when we were out on trips, I would talk to his dad a lot. It's funny to see him. He's out there cussing and shit. I was just like, oh, really? You got down here to Missouri, and all of a sudden you got your braids and you're cussing up a storm, and I'm like, oh, you knew any of that shit when you was at Dubuque Senior, you know. But anyway, back to the women. What do we do? Up 4 at halftime. K-State went on a little bit of a run, and I believe it's a 4-point game at the half. I mean, the women are doing exactly what the women do. The one thing during basketball season we can count on is women winning games.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's a little more impressive now because of just how they got the wrench thrown. You know, you were talking about the gears before. For them to play as well as they have, especially against a team like Oklahoma, I think it's pretty impressive. So.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've won the last 4, and they've won. You know, 1, 2, 3.
I think they're still tied for first, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe so. So I mean, they're doing great. 15-4. It says they're first. Yeah, tied for first in the Big 12. I mean, you can't ask for better than that when halfway through your season you gotta revamp what you're doing because you lose a major player on your team. But I mean that's you can do that when you have a consistent coaching staff. And
well, those girls, I mean, they've been together so long now.
Yep, true. That was the other thing. And you've got a team that has played together.
But still, I mean, they could have fatigue. You know what I'm saying? Because they had all this build up for this year, and you know they knew they had this new weapon, and then that goes away. They could have, you know, it's just like, but yeah.
Well, the fatigue is going to come when you're playing girls 40 minutes.
This is true.
You know,
and that may end up.
But fatigue is really going to come there
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's a signal from Finley saying, once we get to the tournament, this is who I'm rolling with.
Yeah, and so far, it's been the starting 5, and then it's just a Dew and Essamilla McGraw. Dew is the leading scorer right now with 8. She's hit two of her threes. And then Ryan Donarski got 7 apiece. And Ashley Jones is extremely cold. She's shooting 1 for 6 and 0 for 3 from the 3 and has 4. And Fritz has 6 and Kane has 4. I mean, Fritz is having a hell of a game. She got 6 points. She got 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block.
Wow,
I mean,
nice.
She's balling out right now. So I mean, If we didn't have her, we probably still be getting beat. I believe. And then they got Baylor on Saturday. Is that home or?
I think it.
I think it is.
No, because I don't think it is because
No.
the men are at home. I think it may be.
Yeah, it's at home.
Oh, is it? Cool.
Yeah, home at 5. And then in 2 weeks they're at Baylor.
Okay. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah.
That's right before the tournament, isn't it?
No. It's good.
Oh no, February just started. Yeah, we got time.
Yeah.
It's got a month left.
Yeah, I'm sorry. In 2 weeks, it'll be a high school.
Oh,
yeah, high school tournament.
My bad.
Yeah. So the good news is ain't a whole lot of good news. I would say it's just gonna keep doing what they do.
They'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I just hope he utilizes a little bit more of his bench to. I mean, when they start blowing some people out, he needs to start getting to the bench a little quicker. I mean, we'll be up like when we were playing TCU, and it's like, okay, we're up 30 points. I mean, I'm not saying you got to throw in Mary Kate King, but I mean, Espamilla McGraw should be in, and Zingaro should be in, and Maggie Vick should be in. They shouldn't be in with 2 minutes left. You can't throw them. You don't throw them in with 2 minutes left in the fourth. I mean, you've been up 30 for a half. But I mean, you've been coaching here. What 20?
Yeah.
This is 27th season,
right?
But you can still be wrong.
I mean, maybe it's one of those things where it's only been 4 or 5 games since they had to switch it up. So maybe he wanted to just keep that rotation going. I don't know.
I don't know either, but it is what it is, man. They need to finish this off tonight and go and come home with that victory. Get it. Just get another one. That being said, it's taken a long time, but the Big 12 football schedule was finally released. And boy, oh boy, in first glance, yowza.
Yeah.
Yeah. First glance, it's like it's holy moly. Let me see if I can. Let me try to pull it up here.
Well, yeah. While you're pulling that up, so I was thinking about this. So they have BYU on the road and Cincinnati on the road, and I mean, like you said, at first glance, it's like, oh, that seems tough, and I think it will be tough. But I'm curious how these teams will adapt because, like West Virginia, I mean, since West Virginia's got in the Big 12, they're really nothing compared to what they used to be. I mean, obviously, I know it's different coaches, but the way Rich Rodriguez had them rolling, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams, how their success translates when they come to the Big 12.
Well, let's just run it down the line right quick and say, starting off with you and I, win or loss?
What's that?
Win or loss?
Oh, better be a win. I know it's always like a trip to the dentist, but
yeah, right. I mean, I agree. It's going to be a win as well. Iowa.
Don't make me do this again.
we're not. We're just throwing it out there. I'm not writing it down.
We're at home.
Or
We're at
anything
home.
like that. Yep.
We'll take it.
Potential L.
Well, you and I.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an L just because they're actually going to have a damn quarterback.
Yeah, but they still got the same offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they don't have anybody to throw to either. But
he can turn a 4-star quarterback into a 2-star quarterback in no time.
Yeah, we're about to find that out.
No.
Ohio win.
Dub that up.
Yeah. Okie State.
Dude, that's on the road, right? Or no, that's at home.
That's at home.
I think that's a win, dude. They've gone. They've had.
Who's their quarterback now?
Alan Bowman.
Oh, really?
You remember him from Texas Tech?
Yeah.
And
other places.
He was Now he's back in the Big 12. And they've had just all kinds of transfers. New defensive coordinator. So.
Yeah. OU. The NOU.
OU will be interesting.
Yeah.
That ain't answering the question.
Well, come on, it's at Norman. I mean, I know I'm a homer, but I'm not going to chalk up a
right.
Yeah.
But I'm not sold on Venables, and I don't think the OU fans are either. But they've been recruiting at a high level. So
it's going to be the last time.
Yeah.
So I think Oklahoma's going to take it.
I do like it. I do like having those guys early, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TCU.
I know they were one of the oldest teams in the Big 12, so you would think they have a bunch of turnover, but another team that recruits at a high level. So.
And then they got a bunch of transfers.
Yeah.
Shit, they got like 3 from Alabama.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
Maybe that's another good. Maybe that's another good game to have earlier in the year too.
Yeah. They've got was it Chandler Morris? I believe is going to be the QB, and somebody else transferred in there to battle him.
Oh yeah.
And then so West Virginia and Texas Tech are off our schedule, and we welcome our first of the newbies. We go to Cincinnati, which I think is some bullshit.
Well, they got a new coach, so
yes,
they're going to be working through some issues.
Yeah,
I'm sure they had guys transferred too because of that. But yeah,
they had dudes transfer out. They had dudes transfer in to follow this coach. I think Iowa State's going to pull off the upset on the road. Baylor. I'm going to lose Baylor.
At Baylor, probably. Hold on.
All right. So KU homecoming, Kansas. Gonna have the quarterback back.
Yeah, that was my first thought too.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think Iowa State wins.
They brought in a bunch of transfers too. I don't know if that's for depth issues or I guess I don't know how old their team was last year, but they actually have both quarterbacks back. I think that Bean guy is coming back too.
Yeah, both of them will be back.
Yeah.
But I think Iowa State gets the win at home. On the road, BYU, Provo, Utah. I don't believe the Cyclones have ever gone there.
No. Basketball.
Yes, basketball. November 11th. Possibly snow. Since I picked them to win at Cincinnati, I'm not going to pick them to win at BYU. I think BYU is not a bad team, so I think that they're going to. I mean, they beat Baylor last year.
They will have a new quarterback.
Okay.
I'm going for the W for them.
Yeah. And then what we've been asking for, and I hate the snow, but I hope there's a ton of it. I hope it's cold as shit when Texas comes to Ames.
Arch Manning be quarterback by then?
I don't think that's the plan.
I don't think so either.
The plan is not to have him quarterbacking at all next year. I mean, their plan is yours next year, and then Manning the following year. But you know, injuries or poor play or whatever can change all those things. But at least we've been asking for them to have to go somewhere cold potentially, and now we got it. Then it's Thanksgiving weekend, Farmageddon down there. K-State's, yeah, they got Will Howard. I think we're gonna take a loss there.
They got their whole offensive line back with him too.
So
I think a bunch of 6-year guys.
Yeah, so we got us finishing pretty much middle of the pack. 6-7 wins is the ceiling, I think, for the Cyclones.
Yeah,
just off a
right.
glance, without doing a deep dive into people's teams and transfers and depth charts.
Like I
and
said,
all
you never know how quarterbacks work out for these teams. You know.
Yeah. I mean, people got to come in and learn the schemes. They might not be able to learn them.
Yep. New coaches, and then you got injuries. You just never know.
Yeah. Signing day was today. I did not see any of the Cyclones pickups. I saw one. Was it the JUCO defensive end?
Yeah. Jefferson Adams, I think that's what his name was.
Yeah, he first player in his high school history to ever go D1.
Wow.
And the first player at his JUCO college to ever go D1.
Sounded like he was one
said
of
that.
Oh yeah, it sounded like when he was one of those late bloomer kids. It's like he went to JUCO as a safety. He's a 6'5" safety. Yeah.
Started off as a safety.
6'5" safety?
Yeah.
I only see that usually in my video game.
Yeah. I think they picked up a kid from Southeast Polk, a defensive lineman from Southeast Polk too. I think he's in 2023. That was a late offer. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head.
Oh, here we go. So you're talking about Obald Nyankuru, 6'1", 235, Southeast Polk. They also got a linebacker out of Urbandale, Cole Garwood, 6'3", 210. He was 2-time registered elite all-state team.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
George Nahas, 6'4", 275, old lineman out of Dowling.
Yeah, I think he was preferred walk-on. I wonder if the Urbandale kid was too.
Okay.
I missed that.
These are all preferred walk-ons.
Okay.
Easton Miller, 6'1", 200-pound athlete out of Ankeny. I did see him when he was when he announced that he was coming. Kyle Conrarty, 6'1" kicker out of Dubuque, senior.
Yeah, that was the kid they switched from UNI.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And Drew Surges, 6'1", 195 linebacker out of St. Charles, Illinois. So he was an all-conference player. So yeah, those are our latest signees onto that class. Currently ranked 36 by 247 Sports, and number 39 by Rivals is our recruiting class at this moment. Speaking of Cyclones in football, let's give a little shout out to that man, Big Cock Brock Purdy. I mean, what did he do? He just came in as the third string, Mr. Irrelevant, last pick of the draft. Got thrown into duty due to injuries to Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo, and he just did nothing but win.
Yep.
He won all the way until he got injured early in the game against the Eagles in the NFC Championship. Tore his UCL.
Yep.
Yeah. And looking at a 6-month timetable. Sucks for him, but man, what a damn season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some movie shit.
Yeah. I mean,
what he did.
Yeah. To the people that said, always put in a great situation, all this other stuff. Well, it's like, Patrick Mahomes was put in a great situation too. Dude had Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. It's like,
I mean,
if you're on a, yeah. So anyway.
I don't give a shit where you go. You still gotta play.
Exactly.
The other team's not over there being like, oh, he's in a good system.
Right.
We gotta do something. No, they're still coming to take your hat off.
Yeah, and they're thinking, oh, we got the third string dude. He's not gonna know what he's doing. We're gonna take this guy's head off. No, it was awesome. I mean, hell, he was like, oh, I'm gonna throw it to number 85 as much as I can.
I'm gonna do what I didn't. I'm gonna do what I didn't call it.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna find, which I've always said every rookie quarterback who plays should be doing.
Yeah.
Find your tight end. Find your tight end should be a starting rookie quarterback's number one option should be a damn tight end.
Dude, Tom Brady made a career on it.
Yep.
So
is Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't understand how Kelsey's always open. I mean, but anyway, I don't want to talk about that too much with him because I don't want to such out.
Because I won't cut this one. I cut this one. I cut that last one just as I ain't want anybody getting any questions or anything. But I won't cut it again, man. F them dudes, man. But anyway, I ain't gonna go there. But yeah, we just wanted to give a quick shout out to B. Purdy.
Yeah.
Hell of a season, man. Hell of a season. He'll come back from his injury, and they're supposed to be parting ways with Garoppolo, so it'll be him and Trey Lance going at it. I think they'll still give it to Lance because they're paying him all that goddamn money. He's going to get the opportunity to lose, to lose it or get hurt or something.
Well, I mean, they could say 6 months, but they don't know that for sure. So I mean that's a good deal for Trey Lance. Before, if Brock would have ended up, even if they would have lost the game and he was healthy, I mean, do you pencil him as a starter the next year? I don't know. I would.
No, you just say it's going to be open competition, and Trey Lance is going to have the lead going into the open competition because he was your starter. I mean, there's a lot of people who believe that you don't lose your job off of injury.
Yeah, but that's not true.
Especially if it's your first year out there.
Yeah. And like we've said a million times, you're not paying him that much money to hold a clipboard.
Yeah, but he's had a rough go of it, man.
I understand that, but what you're going to hear people say is, well, if they can do that with Purdy, then they should be able to do that with Lance.
But they couldn't. They couldn't. I mean,
well, it's a little different. Guess what? I'm pretty sure everybody stepped their game up a little when Brock Purdy came in.
But still,
there was no Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
For Trey Lance either. Christian McCaffrey brings a whole other element to a game.
Did you see that article about what Brock did to get him ready?
No.
Basically, Brock was the one that taught him the playbook. Yeah.
I'm not going to discount anything Brock Purdy did, but Trey Lance is your franchise quarterback. I mean, you've got to. It would be insane to not give him the nod. He is
not your franchise quarterback. You drafted him to be your franchise quarterback, but he's done nothing to be a franchise quarterback.
Well, but you're looking at it just on a playing thing. I'm not paying that dude. I'm not paying that dude that much money to go ride the goddamn vine. I'm just not doing it.
But Zach Wilson.
The only way Purdy is the number one quarterback next year is if for some crazy reason someone offers the Niners some high draft picks for Lance.
Yeah.
Well, they're not. I mean, they're not going to get rid of him now because of the injury issue. But look at Zach Wilson.
Yeah. All I'm saying is this. I agree with William. They made a high draft pick to get this guy. They said this is going to be our guy. He got hurt early in his career. We got to give him this shot because we'll get nothing in return if we don't.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with that.
That's my take on it.
I agree with that. But look at the Jets and Zach Wilson. Lance has to show something.
I agree.
Because Zach Wilson never showed anything, and now they're like, we're done with this. I mean, obviously it's the Jets, and they don't know what they're doing. But anyway, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
No, I just think that it'll you just don't go away from it because I think they'll give him a shot because you've got a unbelievable weapon in Christian McCaffrey,
right?
That he didn't get the opportunity to go with, and I think, it'll be an open competition, but it won't be open. Right. He's gonna have to screw it up to not. What's the score of the game? I haven't even seen.
48-47 K-State.
Okay. All right. Well, we're coming to the song of the week. It's a favorite. I'm pretty sure of all three of us. It was the breakout for Busta Rhymes. It literally this song literally blew up a group. One of my favorite groups, Leaders of the New School. If it wasn't for this song, they might still be together. But this song catapulted Busta Rhymes into a whole different stratosphere. But I don't even think he had the best verse on the thing.
Arsenio Hall show.
Yeah. So, here we are. Let me bring all that out. Why is it always doing that to me? Oh, all right, it's working. Oh, there we go. All right. So, the scenario: Tribe Called Quest with Leaders of the New School. Ooh, I know what I didn't do. All right. There you have it.
Yeah. Dude, so that had the closed captions on it. And so now Hulu Live, you go to their live channels on the setup, it has like Vivo video channels down below. So I saw some channel, it was like new hip hop or something. So I'm like, oh, check this out. And dude, it was some mumble rapper, and like the video, I don't think you had a choice to close caption it, because like the videos after that weren't closed caption. I was just like,
That shit is
like,
whack.
obviously, I'm old. I don't get it, but I'm like, dude, they got to close caption your video for what you're rapping. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm old.
All right. There you have it. Side Dive Podcast. We're back. Better than ever. You have the socials. Drop us a line. Let us know how we're doing. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what you like. Tell a friend. We'll be back at you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. And as always, go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.
No clones.